Peter Obi is a bundle of integrity, Obasanjo. Former Nigerian president and head of state alleged that former Anambra State governor and Labour Party presidential flag bearer, Peter Gregory Peter Obi, is not a saint but a bundle of integrity and can be Nigeria's next president, as interpreted by many. Obasanjo made this statement hours ago via his official Twitter handle to accredit Peter Obi of his honest nature. Peter Obi was a member of the PDP but defected to the Labour Party to achieve his ambitions of becoming the next president. Peter Obi is recognized and applauded by many as the most suitable aspirant for the presidential office, and Obasanjo's statement has just fueled such notions. Obasanjo, who ruled Nigeria as a democratic president for 8 years, only wrote that Peter is a bundle of integrity, but a lot of Nigerians have claimed that Obasanjo has just endorsed Peter Obi to be the next Nigerian president by such statements come 2023. I guess obviously what can be used as an attack against Peter Obi is the fact that he defected to Labour Party, which you can actually assume, would that really be the best for him if you're coming from PDP, which has a big platform? So based on that, yes, maybe there is, but then again, given the political atmosphere, like, you cannot be surprised with defections and politicians. Like, it's literally part of their strategy. Whatever platform can give them the opportunity, that is it. Somebody here says Peter Obi is on a rescue mission. Only the blind will not see it. Sid Obasanjo can confirm this man as an honest person. He is. And someone says, if this is not endorsement, then tell me what is. And I think, obviously, again, it's just the options that we have, right? And I think each aspirant has their strengths in their own way. Realistically, in terms of a viable option, who has the history, who has the capability, and who is intelligent enough to take his skills and make it as president. I mean, he even said that if I can rule Anambra State, I can be able to lead Nigeria, which, again, if you compare, okay, fine, it's more... It's okay, fine, a bigger platform. Are you sure about that? But he's so confident in himself and in his credentials, where there's almost a thing where Peter Obi is not even trying to convince anyone he should be president. And I think that is what even makes him more of an option for the youth, because he is very much aware and is telling the rest of the country, you are all aware of Nigeria's situation. And as I said, I am not desperate to be president. I'm desperate to see Nigeria that works, which means that whether he becomes president or not, he is still going to try to make Nigeria work. And I think it's just fantastic because you have endorsement. I mean, Atiku and Tinubu may have people endorsing them, but really and truly, it's endorsements where you can really assume that it is biased. However, they both are really trying their best, as in terms of the ease and and the smoothness in trying to gain supporters. They are actually putting in the work, and Peter Obi is just being real and just being himself, and he's getting supporters. And again, for the fact he says, I am not desperate to be president, you can interpret it, just to play devil's advocate, you can interpret it as a shot at the other two aspirants, but then it's true though, because he's not trying to convince anyone. He even tells in his interviews, go and look at my history. And then you have Obasanjo and Bianca, who are not just standing for him and endorsing him, which is good anyway, but they're endorsing his character, which is something that Nigerians need assurance of if they're going to put someone in office. So that is the main thing. They're not endorsing him, but they're endorsing his character. And his character has been the same from Bianca's statement to what Obasanjo is saying to his record and his history as president of Anambra State. I mean, what more do you need? The fact is, he's got the support of the people. The youth are more intentional than ever. However, because of the energy, I think sometimes as Nigerians, let's be honest, with any movement that we've had, it's always an upsurge of energy and then it goes down. But I think now we're seeing more of an intentionality with, the awareness of encouraging people to go get their PVCs. I mean, celebrities are doing the work. Everyone's doing the work. Go get your PVCs. We're trying to do things the right way. However, we also must understand that as much as, yes, we know the history and the records of the two other aspirants, we also cannot underestimate them. You might have your arguments as to where one is from or where the other is from, or the fact that they are big politicians and have been in the game and have been behind the scenes and have been on stage. You cannot underestimate her. I mean, literally, there's so many arguments as to Tinubu's age, his health, if he can carry a flag or not, and look how where he is. So again, you really cannot underestimate. Anything can happen. That is why, this election period, I think is going to be a lot, because if Peter Obi is not president, I genuinely do think there's going to be an uproar. There will be an uproar, 100%, and I think we are getting to that point. I mean, again, we just want honesty and people who are ready to do the work. But yeah, I think this will be one of the first elections where we are going to drag the ballot box if Peter Obi is not president, and it seems like that's the energy that is going. Someone says he's 1,000 times more man of God than Father Mbaka. There's so many theories on what Father Mbaka's thing is. I mean, obviously he's been in the news a lot recently, and Father Mbaka is losing a lot of followers. I think with how sentimental Nigeria can be in terms of, okay, with religion, with where you're from, it'll be very silly to try to ignore the effect or the place that these factors, aka religion and tribe, it will be very ignorant and silly to undermine the effect that these have, because really and truly we do want to be objective and say we don't need to be sentimental, but let's be realistic. We have already built a culture where we already are, even subconsciously. So I think it is we just need to be careful to label people man of God or man of this or man of that, because then you're now giving them an identity that they have not given you. Peter Obi has not come out to say I'm a man of God or anything. So you giving him that title, you're setting yourself up for heartbreak if he turns out not to be that. What he's giving you is his character. People are vying for his character. He tells you gonna come my character, and that is what he's saying, and that is enough proof that is needed. I think we need to be careful to label aspirants with our own labels that we want them to be, just to satisfy, because then I think for some people it's sad, but not sad, but I think for some people the fact that they would label him a man of God would be more of a reason for them to vote for him, rather than the history and the patterns of his character that he has given, which can be problematic, but also has its good sides. So yeah, put what you think about this in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.